Brad, first pre-season friendly out of the way. How tough was that? Because, just sitting pitch side from my point of view, it was brutal heat.
Yeah, it was difficult. I mean, we've worked hard the last couple of weeks over at the Garrison and at Heybridge, so we're putting a bit of a shift. But you can't prepare for games, that's what we're all here to do. And the heat don't help, but it's nice, it's good to be back out here.
There was a real mixture of teams out there, but you got a couple of stints. Are you pleased with that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm here to play football at the end of the day. I want to play as much football as I can. And it's nice to get a mixture of playing with the first team and the reserves, so it's nice to be involved with both.
Now tell us how it all began when you were growing up. Have you lived local to Heybridge quite a long time, and how did you get involved with the youth setup to where you are today? It's a bit of a journey, and one you must be proud of.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've lived in Tiptree my whole life, so I've only been 15 minutes from Heybridge for forever, and I joined when I was 13 years old. And I've never wanted to be anywhere else, to be honest. It's straight away I felt part of the club and somewhere that I've wanted to be and be involved in. So I've really enjoyed it.
And what qualities would you say that the youth setup has got now compared to when you were there? What qualities as things progressed, and what qualities did it have when you were part of it at 13, and what has it got now?
Yeah, I mean, the equipment that we've got now, the setup, the little tent things we've got at the back with the equipment in, look, there's so much more in there now. Coaching help from people like Alex Andrews coming in and doing coaching, George Coughlin, Sam Ashford do work for the young lads, so it gets a range of coaching and stuff like that. So the setup, it looks really, really bright, and you can see by some of the lads that are coming through that there's really, really good work going on.
That must be encouraging to see players in their early 20s going into coaching as well as wanting to play and score goals and whatever.
Yeah, it's wicked. It's for them boys, it's really, really good of them to give up their own time to help out the younger lads that we've got here. Some of them don't do it for anything, they do it just because they enjoy the game, and they're doing it because they enjoy being part of the club, which is a good setup to have around the place. And
for those players in the youth setup now coming through from like the kids down at 5 years old and younger, this pay and play on a Saturday, and like the 13s, 14s up to 18s or whatever, you're not going to be too far away from them looking at you and saying, Brad's made the first team.
Yes.
So what would your advice to them be?
It's a scary thing to think about, to be fair, but I'd just say enjoy it as much as we can, because as soon as you stop enjoying it, that's when you don't want to go out and do it. But every time that I play, I do it for enjoyment, and I do it for the love of the game and the love of the club. So
and the coaches and the managers that are all working towards that, and now Cliff and Gavin and their coaches and what have you, I mean, they really believe in it as well, don't they?
Yeah.
So that's got to be something that's positive for the people that are trying to get up towards the reserves and first team, to know that people running the first team believe in it.
Yeah, I mean, all the gaffer that wants to go on about is the youth set up and how much he believes in some of the players that he's brought in. And you see by the team that we put out in the third today about how good football they played, how they moved the ball so well. It's impressive to see some of the young lads. Only Sam at centre half, he's only 17 years old, he was brilliant today. So that's really, really encouraging to see lads like that. And a few others that I haven't named that were really good today as well.
Do you think the professional clubs have got good setups? Because ultimately it comes down to, if the professional clubs have got good setups in the youth, they're going to play for England, and England are not, and they're performing at the moment in qualifiers, but they're not performing in tournaments.
I mean, being I was at Col United till I was 13, and I lost the enjoyment for the game when I was there, and so I don't know what the change is now, but I think a lot of the enjoyment's taken out of it when you go into professional clubs and do the academy work there. So I think that's just a major thing for younger lads to keep the enjoyment of the game going. That's most important for them. There's
been talk over the years that some kids are getting, or 18-year-olds are getting like 50, 60 games a season, and that's burning them out. Is that a fair assessment, and that's too many for them at that age?
I don't think so, to be honest. I think obviously at different standards it's more or less high intensity and they train every day, but at this level you play sort of 40 games a season still anyway, and the lads here aren't moaning about burnout. They're raring to go week in, week out, and we want to get out on the pitch again and again. So I think it depends on the travelling they're doing and things like that as well, but the lads here never moaning about burnout, especially the young lads. In fact, they just want to get on the pitch. People like Tyler spends his life wanting to get back on the pitch, so it's really, really good.
Now, Colchester United next Saturday. That's their debut. That's their first game of the new pre-season for them. They've only just gone back training in the last 10 days or so. The photos I've seen of them training doesn't look to be as brutal as what you've been put through over the army. But if you feature in that, how's that going to feel to have progressed up through the years and then be running out at Squarely Road against Colchester United?
Well, I've watched that game for years. I've been over Heybridge. The game's run on for years and years, and I've been over and watched it. And playing for the first team is something I've always wanted to do. And the atmosphere on that day especially, so it's a special day to be involved in the club. So that'll be something that I'm really excited to be involved in.
So you'll be trying to tackle George Moncur?
Yep, definitely. Yep.
Any other players that you'd be looking out for? Or,
I played with Alex Kilby for a year when I was at Col U, and we stay in contact, so it'd be nice to see him again and put a tackle in on him. It'd be nice.
Have you seen that George Elakobe's gone back there? He's 20. He's 29 now.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't realise.
As well.
I didn't realise where time had gone, but he's loving going back.
Yeah, it's a great club. It's another great club. It's a big family-orientated club, and it seems like they have a really good atmosphere there as well, from what I've seen on Twitter and things like that.
So, if people are watching this interview and they haven't decided to come to the big family fun day next week, Heybridge versus Colchester United, you've got a few seconds to convince them.
Get over there. It'll be a wicked day, the big family day, all sorts going on for people to come and watch and get involved in. So that'll be great fun, and you get to see professional club against your local side. So it's wicked.
Have you got that the right way round? Yeah, you have.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
And you'll be doing autographs as well.
Yeah, autographs and photos.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Dave.